After the Miss Universe prelims, guys, I am not going to lie, my prediction list changed so much. So much. And that's what I always say. I mean, we can sit and try to guess who is going to place where, but until we see these women walking back to back, side by side at prelims, until then, like, you never know. You never know who is going to pop off, or you never know who is going to drop the ball entirely. I am looking at you, France. How heartbreaking was that? But in this video, of course, I have sat, I've crunched the numbers, I've done some thinking. And you know what, this year it's so difficult, not because there are too many amazing women to choose from, but honestly this year, prelims was very underwhelming for me. I was expecting fireworks, and most of the time I got fireplaces, where it was like slow to start, the whole way through. It was very boring. Okay, and there were some girls who really brought the fireworks for me. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my final top 20 prediction for Miss Universe 2023. At number 20, you guys, I have France. Now, France definitely majorly disappointed me at prelims. Not only with that hideous monstrosity that she called an evening gown that she was wearing in the evening gown competition, but also throughout the swimsuit competition. France just wasn't bringing it, although I do hope that her other charms could pull her through and put her in the top 20. My issue with France, guys, is that she had so many years. She literally had years to prepare. She had so much more time to prepare for Miss Universe than some of these other women. I mean, Brechane was crowned like what? 3 months ago? 2 months ago? Brechane just literally 12 weeks ago was announced as Miss Universe South Africa, and she managed to bring it, whilst France, she was crowned Miss France 2022 when? Like so long ago. And I was majorly disappointed. Somebody commented, not commented, DM'd me. We were talking about France, of course, because I do post about these things on my Instagram stories. I have been very sparse lately. But somebody said, yes, she said in an interview that she wasn't very good with walking, and these are literal things that you get a coach for and you work on. You knew you were going to Miss Universe. I'm disappointed in France. I'm so disappointed in France, but hopefully she'll pull through to the top 20. I hope so, for her sake and for Miss France's sake. At number 19, Canada. Canada didn't exactly bring the fireworks that I wanted either. She is a very demure sort of woman. She didn't do anything necessarily wrong. She just didn't grab the spotlight the way that I was expecting to. Madison Kvaltin, you guys know, I think that she is such a beautiful woman, and she really has the potential to grab the attention of everybody, but I feel like she's still inside of her shell and she hasn't come out of her shell at Miss Universe yet. At number 18, I have Peru. Peru to me is stunning. Of course, she was also in the top 10 at Miss Grand International 2019. I don't know why. It feels like she is still a bit unrefined when it comes to her stage presence, or when it comes to, yeah, she just is a bit unrefined. She's not exactly at the top levels at Miss Universe yet. Then at number 17, I have Spain. Spain, of course, is very beautiful. I do think that she somewhat delivered at the preliminary competition. Is she the very best? I don't think so. There are some women, guys, like 2, 3. There are just a handful, like a tiny handful of women, guys, who really blew me away at prelims this year. And Spain just wasn't one of them. She was good, she was fine, but she just wasn't very exciting for me. Then we have Lebanon at number 16. Lebanon, surprisingly, was actually quite good. I think that Lebanon was sort of for me, I know a lot of people have been loving Lebanon, but for me, she came out and surprised me. At number 15, I have the Dominican Republic. Again, the Dominican Republic was one of those women who I was expecting fireworks from. She's been so overhyped, similarly to France these past few months, and so I was expecting these great things from Dominican Republic that they just ended up never coming. At number 14, I have Brazil. Brazil did pretty well at prelims. I definitely think that Brazil this year, she is perhaps still a bit young and inexperienced. She doesn't have that confidence yet that we can definitely see from women who are higher on this list in my top 10 or even top 5. At number 13, I have the USA. The USA to me this year is definitely not giving back-to-back energy, not by a long shot. I mean, last year, R'Bonney was standing out from the get-go. She made sure that she was standing out. This year's Miss USA contestant, Noelia Voigt, I think is her name, she's just not standing out at all to me, at all. And it feels like she's not even making an attempt to stand out, which is the saddest part. At number 12, I have India. Now, for me, at prelims, India was one of the best during the swimsuit competition. I really think that she was one of those women who dominated the swimsuit competition, but unfortunately for me, she did fall off a bit when it came to the evening gown competition. I don't know about the interviews, guys, because we do have to keep in mind that we are not able to watch interviews. But for now, just to be safe, I do have India at number 12. At number 11, I have Chile. Chile to me was quite pleasing at prelims. I thought that she did quite well. I especially liked her evening gown performance with that beautiful white gown that she was wearing. I think it was lovely. I do see something special in Chile. I don't know if it's just me. I do see something in her. So I'm hoping that Chile is going to prosper at this year's Miss Universe competition. Stepping into the top 10 now, guys, I have Australia. Now, I know that Australia does have some personal things going on. She has some debt issues. I mean, that could be a positive. I mean, maybe that's something that she and Anne can bond over, but nevertheless, she did perform extremely well during the preliminary competition. I do think that her swimsuit performance was more than adequate, and then when it came to the evening gown performance, I didn't exactly say this during my gown review because, my gown reviews are always a bit more like satirish, trying to, gown reviews for me, don't take them too seriously. But I do think her evening gown performance was quite good as well. She was given Bride from the Winelands. I did say this in my review a little bit, but I do think that she looked beautiful. She performed beautifully. I can definitely see Australia ending up in the top 10 this year. At number 9, we have Mexico. Mexico, once again, performed as well as I expected her to at prelims. She wasn't exactly the standout contestant of the evening, but I do still think that Mexico did well enough to end up in the top 10. At number 8, guys, and this really, really pains me because you guys know that I have been loving this woman so much, but I have Thailand. Thailand, to me, really, I don't want to use the word disappointed, but she didn't give me what I was expecting from her at prelims. To me, Thailand was always supposed to be the standout contestant at prelims, and at the end of the day, Nicaragua actually ended up giving me what I was expecting from Thailand. She just seemed very uncomfortable, very unsure of herself, and it really makes me sad to see her like that. I wonder why she's feeling that way. Later on, after prelims, I saw some people were commenting on her weight, and I was like, what? What? People were saying that she gained weight. I'm like, what weight? What weight? To me, she looks exactly as beautiful as she did when she was competing at Miss Thailand so fiercely, Miss Universe Thailand. Thailand truly disappointed me. But hopefully at the finals, she can pull it together and give us all the goddess performance that we deserve. At number 7, I have Guatemala. Guatemala, guys, was quite surprising. You guys know that she is one of our mamas this year. She is a mother of 2. And to me, she performed very beautifully, both in the swimsuit competition and evening gown competition. Although I did not like her evening gown, she performed well in it. Her evening gown, it just, to me personally, it was so atrocious that it couldn't even be saved by an amazing performance. So yes, but I do think that she has the performance, she has the confidence, especially during the swimsuit competition. She really was very, impressive. At number 6, guys, I have Venezuela, Diana Silva. Now, you guys know I love Diana Silva. She was gorgeous at the preliminary competition, especially during the swimsuit round. Her swimsuit performance was technically perfect. Like, she didn't put a single foot, a single toe out of place. I just think that Venezuela is just one of those countries, okay? When it comes to on-stage performances, they're always going to dominate, and that's exactly what Diana Silva ended up doing. Stepping into the top 5 now, guys. Oh my goodness. I have my girl, the Philippines, Michelle D. My top 5 was the hardest of all, because in my view, these are the top women. Even some women in my top 10, I also think could easily transition into top 5. But my top 5 right now, guys, these are the women that any single one of them could be crowned. Any single one of them could be crowned. Michelle D performed great during the preliminary competition. I think that what sets Michelle apart is that she's always had the confidence. To me, Michelle really is reminding me, the way that she is acting and performing at this year's Miss Universe competition, she's really reminding me of Beatrice Gomez from 2021. I think who ended up being a runner-up as well. So I'm very proud of Michelle thus far, and I hope that she gets into the top 5 and perhaps even beyond. At number 4, guys, an amazing standout contestant who has shot up my rankings, Colombia. Camila Avila, yes, another one of the mamas competing. I mean, she's a mother of one, and I also think she's married, actually. She, guys, at prelims, that swimsuit performance, I mean, forget about it. She was absolutely incredible at prelims. I was so impressed with Colombia. I can definitely see her squarely in the top 5, if not top 3. I'm just so impressed with her. At number 3, okay, I have South Africa. I know a lot of officials over at Miss Universe love South Africa. I think that Brechane did well enough at prelims in order to secure a spot in the top 20, and then from there she's going to, top 10, top 5. I think that R'Bonney Gabriel this year really put in the work since being appointed as Miss Universe South Africa. She has put in the work. She has got a lot of, obviously, support from fans all over South Africa, as well as you can definitely see she has received additional training from the Miss South Africa organization, which I think is wonderful. I think there was a point with R'Bonney Gabriel that a lot of South Africans were getting worried because the Miss South Africa organization were sharing more about Natasha after Natasha getting crowned Miss South Africa, and not so much about R'Bonney. Even in the weeks before she was due to leave to Miss Universe, so a lot of us were stressing, but I definitely think that R'Bonney has what it takes to carry South Africa's flag very far into Miss Universe this year. If not, winning or getting first runner-up, I do definitely have R'Bonney as my number 3 ranking right now. At number 2, guys, and this pained me because this was the most exceptional woman at the prelims by far, by miles. Obviously, I'm talking about Nicaragua, Shenis Palacios. She was the golden child of the preliminary competition. She was absolutely amazing, so impressive, but I am worried about her speaking skills. I have seen her speaking. I just don't know whether or not she will be able to step up at the plate when it comes to final Q's and A's and things like that. Right now, I do have her as my number 2, but I can also easily see her winning, as is the case for all of the women in my top 5. Lastly, as my Miss Universe 2023 right now, I have Puerto Rico. Okay, listen, just like Nicaragua, Puerto Rico was, for me, the other standout contestant at prelims. For me, Puerto Rico was second best at prelims. Okay, but the difference is I am very confident in Puerto Rico's speaking skills. I think that she is an amazing speaker. I've heard her speak. I think that she can come up with answers on the fly. I might be wrong, but I did have to put some logic into my list instead of just going with my heart, because I was still flying high on what Nicaragua was giving me at prelims. So I think that Puerto Rico stands a very high chance of being Miss Universe this year if she can get into the speaking rounds. And so for that reason, I have Puerto Rico as my winner right now, just because she was so amazing at prelims. She's such an incredible performer, but I also know that she has the capacity to be a good speaker as well. And so that is my prediction. Let me know what you guys think. I know a lot of you are gonna get angry, but we're all friends here. Let's just remember that. This is all in good fun, of course. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!